We have the Lunar New Year event in Pokemon Go, so we're gonna go over the top tips to make sure you guys fully maximize out on this event space in Pokemon Go for just under a week. So you know what time it is, welcome to the Trader Club, here we go! This event is going to go down on Thursday, January 19th, all the way until Monday the 23rd, from 10 a.m. all the way until 8 p.m. This is going to be back to the normal time. I thought it was changing over based on the Dragon and Fairy event. However, it is not. It's going straight back. Let me know which time you guys prefer for event spaces in Pokemon Go. Do you prefer 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. to 10 p.m.? I prefer the second, but let me know. There are going to be bonuses, spawns, eggs, raids, and field research. So let's start getting down with our top tips, starting off with tip number 1. Tip number 1 is going to be all about the bonuses during this event. Well, one of those bonuses we're going to cover in a different tip, which is going to be an increased chance of shiny Darumaka. However, all of the other ones are relevant in this tip, and it all deals with opening gifts, trading, and interacting with your friends, because there's going to be multiple bonuses going on during this event. Number 1, increased chances of lucky friends. There's multiple reasons why this is important. Not only is it cool to have lucky friends because you can do lucky trades, you can get great Pokemon, but additionally, the Hoenn Tour, February is going down from the 17th and the 18th. That's going in Las Vegas, and the weekend after is going to be an international global event. So you have 2 chances to meet up with all these players, whether you're going to Vegas, and if you're not, you might have some friends locally. And the other cool thing is now we have Campfire, so you can reach out to some of your friends if you don't know where in the world they live and see if they're going to be attending any of those events. Not only do you have increased chances of getting lucky friends, you also have increased chances of getting lucky Pokemon in trades. So if you guys have a plethora of Dragon and Fairy type Pokemon left over from the last event, this would be a great time to save these Pokemon and not trade them quite yet, because you're going to get more lucky Pokemon. And not only that, if you are on level 48 to 49, or you're getting close to level 48, you're going to need 50 lucky trades to happen during this time. Or if you're getting close to level 48, I would suggest you guys get to level 48. Remember, Larvitar is going to be 3 times catch XP when going after that Calm Day. So if you are close and being able to make a push, level 48 would be very ideal for this situation, because you need that 50 lucky Pokemon happening from basically trades. There's no other way to get lucky Pokemon, so you have to be able to do this, and with it increased chances, trading 100 times with the additional 2 special trades per day is really awesome. Not only that, I would highly suggest you guys use those 2 special trades for something relevant. Let's say maybe you have a bunch of shiny Dratinis left over, or shiny Beldums, anything of the like. I'll have a video coming out for you guys, the top Pokemon that I would lucky trade in Pokemon Go, but this will help you guys potentially get special trades to go lucky, which would basically be like an extra lucky trade for a day. Even though it's not guaranteed, since the rates are going to be higher, you have a higher chance of being able to get it. And not only that, you guys also have, which is going to be in our next tip that we're going to talk about before we talk about the spawns, increased Stardust coming out of opening gifts from friends, which is a plus. But let's talk about why you would get opening gifts and what might be coming out of that in tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be all about 7-kilometer eggs that are going to be coming out of gifts from your friends. So obviously you're going to get the increased Stardust, but you're going to get 7-kilometer eggs. The reason why I like these is obviously you have the ability to hatch shinies, but I'm more focused on XL candy for myself and for the future. And that Pokemon is going to be number 1 Chingling, which is not it, but number 2 it's going to be Riolu coming out of these 7-kilometer eggs, because I want to get 300 XL candy. So whenever Mega Lucario does come out, hopefully 100% IV, I will have the ability to be able to do it. So not only would I suggest you guys hatch these eggs, but you could save all your Riolus and do 1-for-1 trades with people who are also going hard for Riolu, because that would allow you to have potentially more lucky Riolu and getting 100% IV lucky Riolu if you don't hatch that Pokemon. So you have the hatch to be able to get the hundo, and then you have the trade to be able to hopefully get a hundo. So you have 2 different avenues to be able to get the hundos. And then we're going to get 2 Darumakas in there, and then we're also going to be getting the Scraggy. So the 100% IVs are going to be as follows. For Chingling, it's going to be 574. For Riolu, brand this into your brain, it's going to be 567. For both Darumakas, it's going to be 823. And then for the Scraggy, Mr. Scraggy Big Pants, it's going to be 784. So for me, I'm not so worried about the shiny. I would love to hatch more shinies, but I really want that XL candy to put me all the way at 300, which is then going to lead us into tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be focus on the spawns during this event, and are they going to be relevant for PvP, and are they going to be relevant as a meta attacker? So let's check out these spawns. They're going to be pretty much all red-ish spawns. Number 1, we are going to have the Ponyta. Then we're going to have Magmar, and then we have Magikarp. Magikarp is going to go into Mega Gyarados. It is not the most effective Pokemon in either of the dark or the water categories. However, dark and water are great Pokemon, and if you're going to have one and use it, you might consider maxing it. Not only that, we're going to have Slugma. I'm very excited about that. I do still need the shiny Slugma. We're going to have Numel. That does have Mega Camerupt at some point, and Mega Camerupt will be a fire and a ground type Pokemon, a great dual combination, not because of its strength as an attacker, but because of its ability to be a Mega level 3 to be able to get more XL candy for you. Then next, we're going to have Combee, and the great thing about Combee is a permanently Stardust boosted Pokemon in the game. It's getting you 750 Stardust per catch. If it's going to be weather boosted with a star piece, it's going to be 1406 Stardust, which is really impressive. Not only that, we are going to get the Buneary. Buneary is going to have a shiny, and it's also going to be a very relevant, not to max out, even though I have one maxed out, it will be very relevant for the Mega level 3 because of its fighting and normal type combination. And then we're going to get Fennekin and Bunnelby. And then finally, if you are lucky, we'll get a Flareon that's going to be increased Stardust. It will also get you a guaranteed XL candy for Eevee. And then finally, you have the Darumaka. And just remember, regular Darumaka will have increased shiny odds. So if you do see one in the wild, I definitely suggest you guys go and click those because you have the bigger chance of getting them in the shiny form. So with that said, that's going to be all the meta attackers and the megas. Not really meta attackers in this standpoint, but now let's check out these Pokemon for GBL. The first one is going to be Magikarp. So Magikarp, dually purposed here. Very impressive Pokemon because it is going to be ranked 86 in the Ultra League and then also 68 in the Shadow form. With the moveset combination of Dragon Breath, Aqua Tail, which is the Calm Day move. So if you don't have it, you're going to have to do one of two things. Either wait for a Calm Day Classic, wait for an event to come around, or Elite TM it, and then crunch on this Pokemon. The 100% IVs is going to be a 0, 15, 14, and then in the Master League, which is going to be catching it at a 15, 15, 15, would make it 19 in the Shadow and 20 in the regular, so it is a very relevant Pokemon here. And then if you do decide to max that Pokemon out, you guys will be able to multi-purpose that and be able to use it as a meta attacker, even though you're not going to choose this Pokemon over other Pokemon, like Houndoom is going to get chosen over in the dark category for the Mega form, and then for the water category, you're obviously going to choose Mega Swampert. And then next, we're going to have Diggersby, ranked 28 in the Great League with Mudshot, Fire Punch, and Earthquake. 100% IV on this Pokemon is going to be a 0, 15, 13. And as far as relevant PvP Pokemon, that's pretty much all that we have to offer in this section. So that is then going to lead us to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is going to focus on the field research in this event, so let's check that out right now. And the field research is as follows. Catch 25 Pokemon can be one of either the regular or the Galarian Darumaka. I think this is a fantastic research task. Number 1. Number 2, there's increased chances of shiny Darumaka, so every time you get this, make sure to do it. I cannot wait to hopefully get the Galarian form. I do not have that shiny, and it's going to be 618, which is going to be the 100% IVs for those. And then, the best task that we have here, besides shiny Darumaka's coming out, is going to be trade a Pokemon, which is going to get you either one of two Pokemon, a Paris or a Combee. Both of them are Stardust boosted Pokemon, guys. That's going to be fantastic for the February Calm Day of Noibat because of the Stardust increase there. Then we can stack those field research. You want to do this task as much as possible. You want to be playing with friends and doing trades. Every single time you encounter one, I suggest giving them Golden Raspberry and then running. 436 for the Paris or 212 for the Combee. And then we have send 3 gifts to friends and add a sticker for either a Bunnelby or a Buneary. Both of them do have shinies. 539 for the Buneary or 217 for the Bunnelby. And then finally, we have open 3 gifts, which can be either a Charmander, Cyndaquil, Torchic, Chimchar, Fennekin, or Litten. Holy smokes. We have 420 on the Charmander and Cyndaquil. We have Torchic, which is going to be 468. We have Chimchar, 410, Fennekin, 440, and Litten, 443. I do like this task, but, you know, there's a lot of Pokemon in here. You know, you don't know what you're going to get. It's not as guaranteed. The first 2 are going to be my absolute favorite. And then we have the research that we can complete as well. And just remember, all the research is going to be the same. The bonuses are what's going to differ. I already told you guys which my favorite was, but you can pick. But here is going to be the research task. We have catch 5 Pokemon for 15 Pokeballs, spin 3 Pokestops or gyms for 10 Great Balls, power up a Pokemon 5 times. Make sure to use the low CP ones if you guys are not working on anything for 2 Silver Pineapple Berries. Then we get 500 Stardust, 500 XP, and a Lucky Egg. And then the final stage is going to be catch 10 Pokemon for a Bunnelby, catch 25 Pokemon for a Magikarp, catch 8 different species of Pokemon for a Combuskin. Then we have hatch 3 eggs, yes, 3 eggs, for a Darumaka, send 25 gifts to our friends for a Azumarill encounter, and then Darumaka and 1 incubator. And that's going to do it for the field research. Good luck, get that Stardust, get that shiny Darumaka, and there you have it for the field research, which is then going to lead us to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be choosing a bonus during this event. I actually really like this feature that they're going to be featuring, and they have done in the past, and now they're bringing it back for this event. So number one thing we have going on here is you can choose 3 different things. So you can choose half incubator distance, you can choose 2 times catch Stardust, or you can choose 2 times daily incense activation. So while that at first glance seems like the most effective thing to use, for me personally, I'm not super pressed about the daily incense. I know eventually I'll get a Galarian bird. I don't know when, I don't know why, I don't know how, I don't know who is going to bring it to me, but I will get one, and I don't really care that much right now. I will see it. What I do care about during this event is those 7-kilometer eggs. So for me personally, I am going to be choosing the half incubator distance, because not only that, I can also use it for 12-kilometer eggs, and I can really stack up on some Stardust if I'm really after it. So I really like that half incubator distance right there. And additionally, half incubator distance should be active during the Larvitar Calm Day as well, so that will help you hatch eggs even faster, right? So that will be very helpful if you want to hatch some eggs during that time. Like I always tell you guys, 12-kilometer eggs, that would work out really well. Additionally speaking, if you really need Stardust, 2 times catch Stardust is great, especially for that long period of time. And if you seem to have rainy weather or windy weather, it would be fantastic for the Combi. So if you do get those 2 conditions quite frequently, you may consider doing that for the Stardust, and also putting on a star piece and going out and hunting when you do have those conditions. And then finally, if you do choose to do the incense activation for 30 minutes, obviously good luck out there. I hope you guys get a Galarian bird. I do believe that those will come to raids at some point, or you will be able to obtain them somewhere else once the daily incense is ready to shift focuses from those Pokemon to something new. And then let's also talk about the raids. So we are going to have Voltorb, we're going to have Shinx. Voltorb, no shiny. Shinx does have a shiny. It did have a Calm Day. It will probably have a Calm Day Classic at some point. I am not going to raid for that at all. Then we also have both of the Darumakas, and I know that the bonus says increased shiny chances come from Darumaka, so I would assume that both of the Darumakas are going to have the chance, because there's 2 Darumakas out there, the Galarian and the regular. So I'm just going to go with that. We will see once the event comes out, and maybe we make a post in this video, or you guys can report back. So if you guys do want one of those shinies, you might consider doing a couple 1-star raids and try out the field. In the 3-star raids, we're going to have Flareon, no shiny there. Shuckle does have a shiny. We are also going to have Blaziken, which is kind of crazy. I would suggest not doing Blaziken during these raids, because although it does have a shiny because the Mega was released, you're not getting the additional Mega energy, so this raid seems quite fruitless to me right now. And then we're going to have Druddigon, that does have the shiny, and Diggersby is also going to be in there. That will be increased Stardust, similar to as if you catch a Flareon from there. This one does not have a shiny coming out of there. And then also for the tier 5 raids, we're going to have the Regice. If you want to see the counter guide, check it out up here. And then finally, in the Mega raids, you will have Lopunny. Lopunny, great Pokemon, have extra Mega energy for, once again, because I think that definitely needs to be level 3 because of its dual typing. Any really dual type Pokemon, unless it's an overlap of the exact same dual typing, I am always about the level 3 because it can work very uniquely in event spaces, such as when I was in Singapore, I really needed a Mega level 3 Swampert, which wasn't out yet because I really was hunting after the Lapras for the Exo Candy, and I wanted the ground as well for some of the other Pokemon. So that's going to be this event space. Good luck, guys. I can't wait to see what you guys do. As always, appreciate you guys being here. Likers, comments, subscribers, Patreon members. Everybody takes their support, subscription, invitation, 2 likes, love, and see you guys out in the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.